So the guy that'll talk to a wrong number for 20 minutes is going to be real quick with the rest of you. We'll give luck with that. The chapter she had me write, I had no intentions of writing, was just something she said, I've never heard of anybody doing that. And I said, no, I don't think I've ever heard anybody doing it either. She goes, put that in a chapter and send it to me. So I did. So in a thumbnail sketch, here's what I did. It's how to get hired. Yes, he's going to cover what to do when you're in the position and selling. Here's how to get the job. You see, if you work for it, you earn it, it's worth more to you. If you come to a job interview, you know, please give me the job, you're not worth much. And so I was blessed with a mother. She was an executive recruiter. I became an executive recruiter. So, you know, I come from a headhunter family, basically. And here's what I do in job interviews. Again, Michelle said, I want that. I've never heard of it before. You can't do this in any other position, but you can do it in sales. Remember, salesmen aren't supposed to take no for an answer, period. And we're always supposed to get the word today, we don't believe in be-backs. We hear about Santa Claus, but you don't ever actually see them. Well, we hear about be-backs, we just never actually see those guys either. So you want to get the sale right there and then while you're there, which he's going to cover, I'm sure, absolutely. Same thing with the job. I mean, how can you start your job off as a be-back to get hired to not take be-backs? Makes no sense whatsoever. So here's what I've done when I go out and I go to a job interview. You know, I have my little resume and whatnot. Very little information on it. Nobody reads those things. My resume is like a half a page at best. And I hand it to them. I say, you know, before we get started, I'm sure your salesmen like to qualify their leads. I'd just like to qualify that you and I are a good fit before we continue on. So you mind if I ask you a couple questions first, since that's my dime, I drove over here? They're always going to say yes. I said, I just need to warn you that I'm like a bull in a china shop. I'm a goose-stepping control freak. I will walk over anybody who can't eat their young. Are you that kind of a boss? I need somebody who's a decision maker. Because I come up with some really good ideas. I need to come to you, and need to be able to take a hard look at it and say yes or no. I don't want to hear it, I want to think about it. Because when I go out representing you, nobody's going to tell me I want to think about it. I said, I'm here today. Today is the day. I don't know about yesterday. I sure as hell can't guarantee tomorrow, but I'm here today. So I need a decision maker that I can work for. Are you a decision maker? Do people walk all over you, or what guy's gonna say, oh yeah, I'm a wimp, you're a total toast, yeah, you just walk all over me. No, no, goddamn it, I'm a man's man or a strong woman, whichever one I happen to be talking to. So they will say that. I say, okay. So I'd like to go ahead and start the interview. I will be asking you some questions that I'm not sure, I might be out in left field for you. But at the end of it, if you answer all my questions, I'll give you a decision. I'll say yes or no whether I want to work here or not. And at the end of my interview, I'd just like to, out of respect, you know, for the time I'm going to spend with you, I'd like you to give me a yes or no too at the end of this interview. What's he going to say? 9 out of 10 times. Well, no, we've got other candidates we're going to be interviewing. So, well, that's why I said at the beginning of it, I can only work for a decision maker. This would be the first step in showing me that you're a decision maker. Now, when I first started doing this, they've never heard this before. It just puts the shoe on the other foot. So, well, no, I got a lot of other candidates out there, and we're going to look at everybody. I said, I know, and if I were to represent your company, which is looking a little shaky at this point, if I were to go out there, isn't my prospect going to tell me he wants to look at everybody else too? Do you want me to let him go look at everybody else, or would you like me to get his money the day I'm in there? When would you like me to get his money? After he's looked at everybody else, and I mean frickin' everybody in the damn office, or would you like me to get the money right there? Oh, why don't you get the money right there? I said, same here. I only work with decision makers, and I go out there, I only talk to decision makers, and when I walk out of there, they're going to give me a decision, yes or no. Maybe means no, I want to think about it means no, I can't come to a decision means no, and you're making me cry means no. So at the end of this thing, I just want, I'll give you a yes or no. You know, we can shake hands and part friends. And you give me a yes or no. We can shake hands and part friends. He goes, well, I like your spirit, kid, and I think that's really great. But point taken, you're going to get kickback on this. Point taken, you know, I get that, and it makes all sense. I love it. Oh, I love your spunk. I love your, yeah, they're going to tell you they love you. But I will have to, you know, make a final decision after I look at everybody. Then you stand up. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate that. What does Trump say about his book? Always do what? Walk away from the table if it's not a good deal, right? Okay, if this guy can't make a decision, this is not a good deal, you need to walk away. He says, well, you know, I'll call you. Well, that'd be rather hard to do. You have my resume, you just do not have any of my contact information, because I'm not planning on coming back. I will be working for your competition, and your competition is going to send me into your prospect, and I'm going to get your money for your competition. See, you can only get away with this in sales. Couldn't do that as a plumber or electrician. They wouldn't take that. Who is going to take that? A sales manager, a real one, a real one. So that's my interview. Because he's going to have to work to get me in there. Because he has, now, he's got to come up with a decision. Yes or no. 9 times out of 10, they're going to say yes, because they've just never frankly seen this stuff before. Nobody's ever actually done that to them and taken it away. My resume doesn't have, I said, no, you know, there's no phone number, there's no email on there. Good luck running me down. Can't get it. One of the questions that I also want to do to qualify whether this is one of those jobs is, I do have one question. Is there somebody here making the kind of money I want to make, doing exactly the same job you're hiring me for, and can he show me how he's doing it? Not in the classroom, in the real world. If they say no, there's nobody actually doing that job, that's a warning sign. Now, some people like startups, I do. But just make sure you know up front that this is a startup and they're throwing stuff against the wall and they're hoping somebody sticks. And maybe you stick and maybe you don't. So what you want to do, you know, like, well, we've got this theory. I know, you got a great theory. Nobody is more abused than sales reps. They like to hire 50 people for free, throw them out there, and hope 5 of them sell something. We are more abused than any other business in the world. And if a company will not give you a base, you know, something, what that means in English, to decipher it for you, is we don't have enough confidence in our ability to hire the right people, train the right people, and get them making money immediately without going deeply into our pockets. That's what that means in English. There is no other explanation. They give you some good ones, but there is no other ones. So that's one of the questions that I would ask in there. Is he making the kind of money I want to make? Can he show me in the field how he does it? Because if the answer is no, then you've got a decision to make. Well, maybe this is not for me. Anyway, so there's my blurb.
Thank you so much. That's the Angry Salesman.